Good afternoon, I'm Ben Hoover. This is a special edition of Carolina's Family at 4, a special edition today. We're calling it After the Storm, Helping Carolina's Family.
And we are looking at the remnants of the storms that came through. We're talking about the EF3 tornado that came right through Seneca, where I'm standing. The homes behind me, many of them destroyed. 69 homes destroyed, but 800 plus homes that have been damaged in the county of Oconee alone. It's an incredible scene, Ben, and it's one that we're going to keep on top of. Also, tornadoes hitting Greenville and Pickens counties.
That's right. Can't forget those areas in Pickens and Greenville counties as well. Right now, we do want to show you an aerial view at some of the damage from that powerful EF3 tornado here in Seneca. Seneca leaders now projecting well over $200 million worth of property damage. Dozens were injured, and one man lost his life at the Borg Warner plant that you can see over my shoulder this way. Amy, just driving up on this scene today, I'm sure you had the same experience. It's just breathtaking to see some of this damage that this tornado left behind.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. When you think about where you're standing, Ben, at Borg Warner, the B on the Borg Warner sign flew all the way and was found in Liberty, South Carolina, about 20 miles away. Now, the family that has been impacted the most by all of what's happened is that security guard's family. They have been just devastated by the loss of their loved one. It's the most painful mark of this storm. Our video, of course, takes you closer to the plant you just showed us over your shoulder, Ben, at Borg Warner. And you can see how this plant was violently kind of peeled apart by 160-mile-an-hour winds. 77-year-old Jack Harvill was working that overnight shift for American Security when the tornado ripped through. Kathy Harvill, Jack's widow, is joining us, and we really appreciate you being here, and we are so sorry that you've lost your Jack.
I'm sorry too, but thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm taking one day at a time. One day at a time is all I can do.
And what do we know about what happened that night?
The tornado hit the back of his building where he was, and he had, as we've learned, 30 to 45 seconds to get to safety, and it was too late then.
Not enough time.
Not enough time, no ma'am.
And you said they found him near the door?
Near the door. Probably just trying to see what was going on, if the wind and all that he was hearing was any worse than he, could imagine.
And you said you know him well enough to know that his first thought would have been, oh my gosh, what about you?
What's going on at my house now?
Yeah, he was worried about you.
Worried about me, I'm sure of that.
So let's talk about the community response. You've been really touched by some really big things and some little things.
I've been touched by phone calls, cards from the drugstore where we get our prescriptions filled. The Ingalls Pharmacy has sent me a sympathy card. I've had food delivered, school department, English department from my daughter's school. They have fed us for the whole entire week.
Oh my goodness.
Every night they brought meals. And we've got freezers full of stuff now. But everybody's reached out. Borg Warner's been super, super nice. And American Securities has funded me, helped me with some funding, and so has Borg Warner.
And I understand, you've had your own challenges, right? You've gone through a cancer battle.
Yes, ma'am.
Victoriously, but you still have those bills and things to...
I have a lot to face right now by myself.
And so the community does have a PayPal set up to help you, which is really fantastic.
They do.
And we're going to make...
my church is also, and American Securities, and Borg Warner has having fundraising for me.
It's really, really sweet.
It's I couldn't imagine how much the people have reached out and how good they've been.
Kathy, part of the reason you wanted to talk to us is we're trying to help the community, right? I mean,
Correct.
This is important to you.
It is. Because a lot of people were affected by this, not just myself. Maybe I lost my husband, but they've lost everything they have in a lot of cases. And I feel bad about that. I wish there was something more I could do.
And when you think about what comes next in terms of the community trying to rebuild, get Borg Warner going again, all those jobs back, there's so much to do.
There's a ton of things that need to be done, and the least things that we won't even think about or praying on their minds right now are how we're going to get this done. There's a lot of people need their jobs back. The government's got to get off their butts and get going.
And what about Jack?
Jack.
What's your favorite memory or thing about him?
the look in his eye when he was pulling my leg about something, and I knew he was lying to begin with. And I tell him, I see those eyes. I know what you're thinking, because he was pulling the wool over me. But he just was a fantastic man. He didn't get mad. I mean, he would do anything for anybody and never expect to be thanked for it. He didn't want thanks. He just wanted to do what he could do to help people.
So in a day like this, in a time like this, he would have been the first one out there helping others.
He would have been saying, what can I do? Where can I go? Because our church has been volunteering a lot, and he would have been right along with them.
Well, we so appreciate you talking about Jack. We are so sorry for your loss.
I appreciate that. I do it. And I appreciate all that's been done for me and my family so far.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome. Glad I could do it.